Hi, I'm Mike Marino, and this is a brand new episode of Live from My Mother's Basement. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Live from My Mother's Basement. I am so overwhelmingly excited to do this interview because this is the first time I've ever done this. We are on a cruise ship, not any cruise ship, the biggest ship in the world. This is the Icon of the Seas. This is Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas. And for the first time, I'm interviewing an actual employee who works here. And not only does he work here on the ship, he lives here on the ship, and he hosts the comedy show that we do every night, sometimes 2 to 3 times a night, here in what they call the Attic Theater on the Icon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show with a big round of applause. I know everybody's going crazy. I know how to say his first name, but he's going to help me say his last name. This is Jhun, and how do we say your last name?
Veloso. Jhun Veloso from South Philly.
He's from South Philly. Go ahead, say it.
All right, I'm all the way from South Philly. You call it Philippines.
He's from the Philippines.
Exactly. And I'm from the very small town of South Philly. We call it Bukidnon. And I am born, bred, and raised in the Philippines. Not in Korea, but my name sounds like Korean. But I'm from South Philippines.
This is fantastic because he already confused everybody that watches my show. Like, we really even know the difference in South Philippines and North Philippines or Korean or whatever it is. I'm so excited to do this interview because we're going to dig deep. We're going to find out how this even happens, because there's a lot of people from the Philippines who work on these ships.
Yes.
And also there's a lot of people from different parts of the world who work on these ships. If you ever had the opportunity to visit, what do they call it?
Deck
99?
number 2.
Number 2? No, where's everybody? Deck 1 or 2?
Deck number 2 and
It's
deck
2.
number 1, yes.
And don't they call that Highway 99 or 95?
I-95.
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 Which is like a spin on, interstates. But down there, it almost is like an interstate, an international state, because there's cars down there. There's
There's cars.
forklift trucks, bicycles,
Yes.
and hundreds of people from around the world. So let's all the way go back. Where actually are you from?
I'm from the Philippines, and I am the last or the youngest siblings.
Oh, yeah.
Of my
So
mom and
you're the
dad.
youngest.
I'm the youngest.
Of how many kids?
Well, we are 3, and then our eldest, she's currently now at United Kingdom.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The second one, he's in the Philippines.
Isn't that funny? We say England. He said United Kingdom.
Yeah, the second one, he's from the Philippines. He's like my best friend. Like,
Yeah.
the middle child syndrome.
I'm the middle child, so I don't know what he's talking about. I'm the middle child.
And I am Gemini.
Is that right?
I'm Gemini, and that my brother is Taurus.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Every time I have friends with someone here, I need to be specific with their zodiac signs.
Why?
It's very interesting. I don't want to get detailed but most of, like,
Look, you're into astrology.
yeah.
I get it. I'm an Aquarian.
Oh, well, Aquarius for me is water. Water is very good with Gemini.
Yeah.
But fire, like Taurus, they're like, ugh. Well, that's why me and my brother, I love my brother so much. I have no hatred with him. And my mom and my dad, they are not paying taxes anymore. And that was 2021, and I was on board as well when that was happened. To make things short, I'm an orphan, but I am still right now, making
Wait a
no
minute.
shit.
How are they not paying taxes anymore? They don't pay taxes in the Philippines, or they're senior citizens?
like
Like, he's got secrets. I really don't know what he's talking about. But wait a minute. You really into astrology that way?
Yeah, especially.
Well, I heard that Gemini and Aquarians do get along.
Yes.
right?
Yes. And it's so funny because my wife, I just get married 2 years ago.
Congratulations, you're kidding.
Yes. And then my wife, she is Sagittarius. And Sagittarius and Gemini are not that so, but you know what? Love conquers all. I do believe that.
Wait a minute. There goes a trivia. A lot of people might even ask this question. If she wasn't a zodiac sign that you get along with, would you say, hey, listen, I can't marry you. It doesn't match. I'm fire, you're water. You'd put me out. I mean,
It happens. It happens to
Does
me a
it?
lot of time.
Really?
Lot of times in which if I will be in the not the wrong person, but those zodiac that is not related, it not fit with my zodiac. I can only count from my hand how many years we've been together. I mean I'm not so picky, but the fate.
she
the
might be
fate.
watching the show there, buddy.
Well, I might be. Yes.
Wait. So you're from the Philippines. Now, is she in the Philippines right now?
She's in the Philippines right now.
What's her
and
name?
My wife's name is Jhun Veloso. She is an electrical engineer. She's a really tough lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, married to a very wobbly, funny,
Silly, funny.
Filipino.
Yeah.
So that's what they said. Opposite attracts.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd be more your opposite.
And also from the Philippines, I am living around 8 to 10 hours from the city. So when I go back to work, I need to travel around more than 5 days before I will be on board in ships. So that's very interesting for me, especially working far away from home. Aside from homesickness, aside from I know I am saving money right now because we both of our me and my wife are saving money for our future for our kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my wife, she is 3 months pregnant right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this a joke?
It's not. It's not an April Fool's.
A lot of
thing.
people do this as a joke. They say, I haven't seen my wife in 2 years, but she's pregnant now 3 months. So they do that as a joke
Ooh,
on stage. So that's not a joke.
it's not a joke.
Okay.
She's 3 months pregnant.
3 months pregnant.
Yes.
So
I
you've
really-
been home recently.
I was.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm here for 2 months. I'm here for 2 months. No, bro.
You have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, some of these employees who come on the ship, whether they are the bartenders outside, the people cleaning up the rooms, the talent coordinator, we're going to figure out exactly how he does what he does on the ship. They could come on this ship for 8 months at a time and not see their family. Then they go home and they see their family for maybe 3 months, and then
2
they get
months,
back
yes.
on again. So how long ago did you join, let's say, the shipping business? Was Royal Caribbean your first?
This is my only company.
Oh, okay.
Royal Caribbean. I started with Royal for around almost 11 years. And I started as a
You're
galley
doing this
utility.
11 years?
11
You're
years.
kidding.
I'm not.
I thought you were like brand new. He's so happy. 11 years, people are like, all right, listen, here coming to the stage, here's Mike. But 11 years, wow, okay. So, yeah, so what did you start as?
As I used to work as a galley cook.
No kidding.
Yeah. And then the cruise director saw me singing with the captain at the karaoke. And then he asked me like,
Wait a minute now. He does karaoke. Go
"Can
figure.
you?" I mean,
Come on,
like,
could we laugh?
Filipinos.
Filipino.
I mean, microphone is a part of our meal. So every single day we sing. Every single home, whether the richest and the poorest family in the Philippines, we owned a set of karaoke machine
Is that right?
in the Philippines.
That is hilarious.
Yes,
In the Philippines.
Yes.
His English is really good. He's not, we do a joke with him every night because he says, I'm from South Philly,
Yeah.
Philippines.
Yeah.
But his accent is actually not as strong as you would think.
They really thought I'm not from the Philippines in the first place. They thought I was Canadian because
He's got a Canadian accent.
I'm not from Canada. And then I sound like Canadian, and then I look like Chinese, but I'm totally Filipino.
Well, here's a serious question that I need to know the answer to. You started in the galley. Guys, if you've seen what the galleys look like down here, there's a lot of people who work there. They put in a lot of hours and they put up with stuff that we would never put up with. I mean, cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. But when you're in the Philippines 11 years ago, what made you think, I want to go in the shipping business? I want to go work on the cruise.
I'm an adventurous type of person, and I want to be like working while enjoying my stuff. I used to roam around the Philippines before. I used to go to different places, and then one day I told myself that maybe I can do this while I am being paid.
Yeah.
Yes. And I am currently right now 11 years still living in the dreams and in my one and only company, Royal Caribbean.
Okay, so when you got on the ship at first, they trained them to work on the ship. Where they train these people to work on the ship, I have no idea, but they are all so polite all the time. Sir, good morning, how are you? Good evening. Everybody is so polite. Do
Thank
you go
you.
somewhere to train for that? Did they say, listen, you have to be nice or you're going to get fired?
Well, that is one thing maybe that drives us. But before we get hired here, Royal Caribbean are filtering brilliant people, not only minds but in heart as well. Well, like we Filipinos, we used to be like very hospitable in every manner, even though because back home in our every families we are taught to be as polite as we can, like respect is the virtue of every family, and then paying respect with the elder people, paying respect with your friends. It's it it seems like if you pay respect to other people, now you pay respect to yourself. If you respect yourself, you respect other people. So
Right.
and the company hired me. I have no idea before what is happening on the ship, but I just take the chance. I'll submitted my application. The company called me, and it was so funny with that because that was Skype. We used Skype before, not the Zoom.
Yeah, remember
Yeah,
Skype?
Skype interview. I
What?
was interviewed by a Singaporean that I cannot barely understand
Really?
how what word she wants to.
What did you actually speak then?
Yeah.
No, when you spoke to someone from Singapore, what language did you speak?
English.
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 Wow,
yes.
isn't that wild? Folks, when you go down to deck 95, they call it I-95 or
I-
99?
I-95.
I-95,
I-95.
which is the interstate through Florida, New York, New Jersey, I-95.
Yes.
Everybody downstairs, what do they say? There's 60 languages on the ship?
Well, we have around like that. Around like that. We have Filipinos majority, and then the second one we have the Indonesians, and then we have the Indians. They are the top three nationalities on board, and the top most is Filipinos.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Filipino.
Filipinos. Like when you go to any all of the Royal Caribbean ships, the Filipinos are the top most number of crew. That's what some of the guests made a joke for me that every Royal Caribbean ship will not sail without Filipinos.
They probably can't.
Yes.
They're the backbone of the ship, the Filipinos. And so when you started in the galley, how long did it take that you started working someplace else or got a better job? Or
Mhm. It's so funny because when I started working in the kitchen back to Philippines 12 years ago, I used to be an agriculturist. I'm a licensed agriculturist when I graduated
Oh, no
college.
kidding.
Yes, well, I
Agriculture.
graduated Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. I passed the board exam, and I work as an agriculturist, a livestock production specialist, and a plant specialist back home. And
would have-
then I told myself like I love this field because this is the education that I graduated.
Right.
And then I decided that why can't I try to do something that I've never done it before? So I told my mom like, "Hey mom, I want to go and study culinary, but don't worry, I will gonna pay my tuition by myself. And it took me 2 years to graduate culinary art. And after that, I get the job right away working in a hotel. After that hotel, now that's my chance, my stepping stone to work in a cruise ship, which I don't know what will gonna be happening, what fate or what future awaits me if I start working abroad, out from the country. But the only people that gave me the strength is my parents.
Yeah.
They always encourage me to do better and respect your colleagues, respect all those people surrounded you, and it will go back to you.
So coming out of college with a culinary degree,
Culinary arts.
culinary,
Yes, that's my second. That's my second course. My first course is Bachelor of Science in Agriculture.
right. So you know how to grow plants and you know how to cook them.
Exactly.
All right.
Grow up plants, raise animals, and now I know how to cook them.
Okay. So then you thought, let me apply this to working on a cruise ship.
Yes,
Oh, that's cool.
that's
So you
cool.
didn't come in here not knowing anything. You brought something to the table and said to
Yes.
these guys, hey, listen, I'm not washing dishes. I know how to cook and I know how to grow plants in Central Park.
Central Park.
Central Park. There's Central Park is on this ship. This is the icon. This is the biggest cruise ship in the world, and they recreated Central Park. And if you walk through Central Park, which is upstairs, it looks like Central Park, and they actually really have trees and bushes
Real
and
trees.
plants. It's real.
Yes.
And there's
It's
guys
real
out there
trees.
who are trimming and cutting
Yes.
and cutting the lawns every day.
We call it horticulturist.
Horticulturist.
Yes.
All right, he knows the term.
horticulturist,
There's a
yes.
horticultural guy up there.
Yes.
I can't even say these words.
We have two horticulturists on board for the Central Park. They're the one who taking good care all of our real live plants.
And the funniest thing is, it is real. And they actually have ivy growing up the side of the boat. It's beautiful. And you see these people out there cutting and clipping, and they try to make it so authentic. And then you get all these beautiful restaurants up there, and they have sounds of birds. Yeah, I don't think they're real. They have sounds of birds, and every once in a while you can get mugged.
I know, like if that birds were real, I mean,
Where would they come from?
I know, right? How they fly, they
think
go
there's-
back and forth.
Yeah, right.
That's a big question to my mind. How does this bird come from?
The pigeons.
The pigeons, those poo.
You can get shit on in Central Park. It's actually not a bird, it's a passenger spitting. Well, so this is interesting. All right, so you came on the boat 11 years ago and you're cooking?
I'm cooking. I'm planting.
Yeah.
And I'm
Did you really plant on the ship too?
not on
No,
the ship. Not
cooking.
on the ship.
Did they start you off as a cook or a dishwasher?
cook.
Really?
As a cook. And then all of the sudden when I came here, I was like, okay, I'm gonna cook this, I'm gonna cook that. But when I came here, I need to wash dishes for 2 months.
Really?
Yes.
So you start off washing dishes like
wash
every place
dishes.
else.
Like the pot wash was the most difficult part of washing dishes
Because
because
they're big.
big. Some of them are bigger than me.
And what do you do? Shoot it with a hose?
With a hose.
Don't they
and
have
then-
machines?
Yeah, we have machines here like a big stew machine that you need to go inside and brush everything, and then the whole person can fit in that machine.
A person could fit.
Yes,
That's where they shower.
that would be like a sauna,
Like
or
a car wash.
a bathtub.
A sauna.
Yeah. So it's
A whirlpool.
if you have the chance to take a look on like any YouTube video about how big, how massive, and how many people are working in every cruise ship, I'm gonna tell you, even the smallest ship in Royal Caribbean, like Vision class right now, we are like 1,000. How much more if you're an Icon of the Seas?
How many employees are on this ship?
Well, the ship around like 2,800 to 3,000
3,000 employees on this ship.
just employees.
How long were you doing the dishwashing before you started to become a chef?
2 months.
2
And
months?
then the executive chef called me that, hey June, we reviewed your application and then I think we put you in the wrong station.
Oh wow.
So I'm gonna bring you up from the dishwash to a real cook. And then that my third month working with Royal Caribbean as a cook, it brings more life.
Yeah.
I have a big respect with those crew who were working on the galley utility because they were working so hard 24/7.
Yeah, nobody stops working on this
Yes.
ship, folks.
24/7.
They're just going and going and going. 3 o'clock in the morning, they're making cakes.
Yes. But we are working as a chef on board. There's like 2 batches on each station. First is the morning people, and then the other one are the night shift or the graveyard shift.
Yeah.
And more of the production in the kitchen is happening on the graveyard shift. And then the service are on the morning shift. And then for around 4 or 5 months I'm working as a galley. Then suddenly I love singing. Filipino love singing. And then the captain saw me, and then the captain said, okay, let's go to sing karaoke. Okay. And then I sing with the captain. Captain Marek from Poland. He is
What
a
ship was that?
Vision of the Seas.
The
He's
Vision?
still at Vision of the Seas
Oh, really?
right now. Captain Marek from Poland. Hello, shout out for you. And he told me like, June, why don't you join me on my Rock with the Officers? And then the cruise director said like, oh, it's a good idea, Captain. So let's put June as one of our singers. And the rest is history. The cruise director told me that, June, I think you need to transfer to another division. Come to my division because you are fit, very fit in my division. Let's just practice how you talk with people, and then the rest is fine.
All right, so look how hilarious this is. He's educated in culinary arts. He knows how to put plants in the ground.
Yeah.
Comes on the ship to be a chef. Ends up washing dishes. As soon as he's done washing these barrels of dishes, he starts cooking like he wants to.
Yeah.
Now, there's many restaurants on this ship, so I would assume eventually chefs like himself specifically go to a restaurant, like an Italian restaurant or an Asian restaurant. On this ship, there's an Italian restaurant called
Giovanni's.
Giovanni's. And funny enough, the cooks, Giovanni's has Asian cooks in the kitchen making meatballs.
or spring rolls.
Spring rolls and sauce. But there's also Atsumi. How is it called?
Izumi.
Izumi,
That's
which is
the
Japanese,
Asian,
right?
Yeah.
Is it Japanese?
Mm-mm.
And they have sushi,
Sushi, sashimis.
but there's also a steak
Yeah.
place.
We call it Chops Grill.
Chops Grill.
Yeah, Chops Grill. The steak.
There's so many places to eat on this ship.
Especially in Icon. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of choices.
And then there's also like the Windjammer, which is a huge buffet type place. And then there's the place downstairs where they all eat, which I've gone to, which gets
Yeah.
kind of scary.
Yeah. We
But
call
you-
it Crew Windjammer.
Yeah, the crew Windjammer,
Crew Windjammer.
crew mess.
Yes.
And then, of course, you can get any drink you could think of. I thought that you went from working in the galley to bartending. That's what I was thinking. I thought you were one of the bartenders outside because there's bars everywhere on this ship. And the ones outside are the most fun because everybody's yelling and screaming and dancing and shaking these crazy drinks. Why did I think you were a bartender out there? And then you came here.
Actually, I applied for bartender
See?
and for waiter. And unfortunately, they did not give me the opportunity for that. Maybe the fate gave me this work because I love this work. I love working.
So
As
you
entertainer.
were discovered as an entertainer by a
Mhm.
captain of a ship.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Really, really.
I didn't even think they saw any of the shows. I always hope they don't see mine. I'll get fired.
They might watching you from the CCTV.
Oh no.
Yes.
Uh-oh. I've actually had captains come to see me do shows on other ships because they know about that one particular joke and they said, we got to see this. And it's actually just done in good humor.
Mm-mm.
So when you were doing the karaoke, that's when someone said, okay, let's get him to do some entertaining on the
Mm-mm.
ship.
Yeah. It's a cruise director.
The cruise director, or you
director.
became a cruise director?
He's a cruise director,
Mm-hmm.
and then he told me to transfer as a cruise director staff.
Right.
He's from United States. Steve Davis, but he's not with the
Sure.
company. He's not with the company anymore. He's from He's from Mississippi. No,
Yeah.
well, Milwaukee.
I've met him a long time ago.
But he's not with the company anymore.
Well, he retired.
I'm not so sure what's his reason behind.
He's probably working on another ship, another cruise line.
Yes, maybe another cruise line.
Is the Icon the only ship you've been on? Oh no, Vision, and then what ship?
A lot of ship. I've
Yeah.
been to all classes of ship, from the smallest to now the biggest cruise ship. I've been with, if you guys remember, Majesty of the Seas.
Yeah.
It's not in the company anymore. They sell it. Empress of the Seas, Legend of the Seas, Sovereign of the Seas, Majesty of Vision of the Seas, and a lot more.
Wow.
A lot more. I cannot
It's a
count it.
smaller ship. Well,
Yes.
actually a lot smaller, but I'm sure back in the 70s they were probably monster ships. Then in the
Yes.
80s they were considered a little smaller. Then the 90s a little smaller. Now it's like a tugboat.
Yeah, it looks like a tugboat with Icon. When I start on those big ships, before they called it the Colossus of the ocean, because they're like massive.
Yes.
Like really massive, like 2,000, 3,000 people inside the ship, and now they look like really a tugboat of Icon of the Seas.
Thugboat?
Yes,
Tugboat.
a tugboat.
It's a
No,
thugboat.
no,
That's
no,
a gangster boat.
Yeah.
I think he just wrote a new joke. For who? I don't know. But okay, so now we met here on the Icon, and we are in the comedy club. And he is the host of the show. He introduces the first comedian. Then he goes on stage and he says thank you and good night,
Yeah.
which is a tough job because people are drinking,
Yeah.
people aren't seated yet. And he comes out on stage with a very thick accent, makes an announcement, and gets laughs right away. But this is not what you went to school for.
No.
And you got it.
Yes.
We sit in the back of the room watching him crack up. I'm like, you know what? Just keep going. Keep going. You don't have to get off. I love your opening line. I'm from South Philly. Beans.
And everyone's like, yeah, go Eagles, of course.
Go
I love
Eagles.
Eagles. Because in the South Philippines, eagle is one of our dish. And it's like, ooh.
The eagle dish. That's hilarious. He's a culinary cook and he makes eagle. I don't even know if you could really cook an eagle without getting arrested in the United States, especially in Canada. Alaska. They're going to kill you. All right. So what do you enjoy most? Do you prefer to do this as opposed to go cook at one of the restaurants?
Well, both of them is my cup of tea. Back home, since I am not practicing it anymore here on board, the cooking. But back home, I'm a cook with my wife.
Right.
She met me on the first night of our date, and then I cooked a very delicious Filipino food to her, and then I don't know, like maybe she told me that, did you put something like a love potion with this food? Which right after that first date, she felt so in love with me. For 2 months, we've dating. On the third month, I made a proposal. And then another 3 months, I told her that I will be back in the Philippines. I will work back to the ship, and then I will be back to you in the next 3 months.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Can you
where's
keep the lights
light?
on for a little
Where's the
longer?
light? Thank you. Then after that, I marry her.
Wow.
Yes.
3 months of dating, you got married?
3 months of dating.
Wow.
And then we get married.
But in 3 months, you had to say, listen, I'm going to go on a ship for 8 months. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Really?
It's really a tough. I mean, like in every seafarers, those are especially when you're married. That is one of the most how you call it, hardest part.
Yeah, I would
When
say
you-
it's heartbreaking.
when you're working on board, because you're away from your family. Most of the time you missed family events like birthdays, graduations, anniversaries, monthsaries, and so much more.
Holidays, Christmas.
Yeah, holidays, yeah. And then At the end of the day, you can go back to the Philippines for vacation for like 2 months. And most of like me, I spend more time working on the sea, on the ship, rather than my family back home,
Right.
since I started working on board.
That's got to be like the toughest thing that anybody could go through. And I always wonder how so many people on this ship do it, and why do they do it? Is the money that good that makes you say, let me go out there for 8 months? How long is your contract?
Now 6 months, 6 to 7
Okay.
months.
So
contract.
6 months, you go away for 6 months, you go home, you spend 2 months,
2 months vacation.
2 months with your family,
Yes.
and then you go again.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's really worth it.
It's worth it because, well, when
Financially.
the
Yeah.
conversion from a dollar to peso is big, and it helps a lot. I mean, like, we back to the Philippines, they called us, the overseas Filipino workers, as the new heroes, because there's like every single family in the Philippines, there is someone working abroad, and then it's hard to think that can we manage how can we manage those homesickness every single night we miss our family. Well, with the communications right now, it's not impossible. Everything will be possible with communication. You can do Zoom, you can do Messenger, but 8 years before, that was hard. Only landline calls.
I can't even imagine when I first started when I first started doing these cruise ships, you had to go into crew quarters, pay $20 to
Yeah.
get a receipt,
Yes.
then go in your room and make a phone
And make
call,
a phone call.
and then after a while that phone shut off. You had to go back in there again. Now you can't really talk long,
Yes.
and how many people could you really call? Then you fast forward, okay, now we have FaceTime, and now you have the internet, so it's a little bit easier, but you still want to jump through the screen and hug
Exactly.
everybody,
And hug your family.
and I can only imagine what it would be like to be a newlywed. Now, there are some people who come to work on a cruise ship, they can't wait to get away from their family.
No.
Bye! See you in 8 months. But the newlyweds, now, your baby is 3 months?
3 months.
3 months. So you're going to be like, I got to get off the ship and go see
Yes.
my family.
Yes. Yes.
Is it going to work in that time frame?
Yeah, by October, I will be, and the first week of October, I will be back home and see my wife delivering our first baby.
Holy smokes. Wow. So you communicate with your wife every day, every night?
Every single night.
Yeah.
I mean, like, one of my highest costs in terms of my expenses on board is the internet.
Right.
Internet.
Yeah, we spend a lot of money on the
A lot of
internet.
money. Well, thankfully in Miami terminal they have free internet, so
Yeah.
that I can
So then you
go
spend the day on the
download
phone.
Netflix, calling you. It's so funny because when I'm going out of the ship during the turnaround days at Miami, I have one phone calling my wife. I got my iPad downloading music and movies, and I've got another iPad downloading some like PDFs or learning materials in one time.
or this podcast. This guy is so smooth and so sweet that he makes everybody have such a nice time. Whereas, I don't know, if somebody came up to me and said, I want a seat up front, I'd be like, I'll knock you out. He's like, oh, sure, no problem. And everybody has a great time. He's a great entertainer. But I didn't know you sing, right? So you sing?
I sing. Because I am a wedding singer back home.
He's a wedding singer.
I'm a wedding singer back home. That is my that helps my tuition fees, paying my tuition fees
Really?
during my high school and college days.
Yeah?
Is to sing debuts, 18 quinceañera, weddings, even funerals.
I think he said quinceañera.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, quinceañera, even funerals. I sing to funerals.
People sing at funerals?
Yeah.
I never heard that before.
So that I can earn money.
Then that must be something in the Philippines because I don't think you're going to see somebody singing in the United States at a funeral unless, maybe in
Like
Italian.
especially in the church.
In the church. Oh, well,
Yeah,
okay,
in the
yes.
church.
In the church. Oh, so
Yes.
you sing a little
I
opera?
like we call it ballad.
A ballad.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yes, in the church. That's right. I'm being stupid. I thought you meant the funeral, sitting next to the guy in the box.
no.
At the church, of course.
In the church.
Usually
yes.
the people who sing in the church make you cry. You're like,
Yeah, like I mean, it's I have a very memorable experience in those side hustles during my younger age. Like
Side hustle.
when I start singing, and you're a singer, you're supposed not to cry during your performance
Yeah.
because it will affect your voice.
Yeah.
But sometimes you cannot hold it.
Really?
Yeah.
Even at a stranger's funeral?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not like you know them.
Yes. And yeah, that is one of my most memorable experience in my early lives.
Well, now you're a big shot here at Royal Caribbean. How long you been on this icon?
3 months.
Oh, it's only 3 months.
3 months in Icon.
Wow.
Yes.
What
and
ship were you on before you came here?
Mariner of the Seas.
The
out of
Mariner.
Galveston, Texas.
Yeah, that's a weird
I know,
ship.
right?
I didn't even know there was water in Texas. I'm like, where are we? And it takes you through some canal.
Texas.
And you get all the people on the boat going, howdy, how you doing, boy? Where you from, June? Oh, so you're new to the icon.
Yes.
Like
I knew
me.
the Icon.
You like it?
I love it.
Is it a lot different?
It's so much different when you're on board, and this is my first time to be a comedy host.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So what were you on the Mariner?
Mariner, I used to be a bingo host.
What?
Yes.
So you were hosting games.
Hosting bingo games.
Bingo.
Yes.
I'm still thinking he's a bartender upstairs out by the pool. Now look how dressed up he is. He's all coiffed. Every night he's got a great suit on. You look great.
Thank you. I
Um,
look like a flight attendant.
No, you're no flight attendant. Not in the United States or United. That's for damn sure. That is really, really great.
Yeah.
And so what else were you hosting? The
Um,
karaoke nights?
Karaoke, game shows, trivias.
We're not supposed to stereotype, but if he's hosting a karaoke night, I'm cracking up laughing. Sorry. So listen, how many languages do you speak?
I know my vernacular language,
What's that?
and then we called it Bisaya.
Bisaya?
Bisaya.
That is
That is
Filipino.
from Filipino is like the national language,
Mhm.
but Bisaya is the language that I spoke on that particular part of the island.
right.
And then Tagalog, which is the Filipino language, and English.
It's very different.
Very much different.
Really?
Yes.
Those two languages
Are different.
from the Philippines are that different.
Yes. And we have more than that. We have more than 40 languages
Really?
aside from Tagalog in the Philippines.
Wow.
Yes. Interesting. 7,100 island in the Philippines.
I need to go. I'm going to go out there for a birth.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Uncle Mike from the United States. Whoa, hey, I'm going to host. What would you prefer to do then in all the different places you've been and all the different ships you've been on? You prefer this?
I prefer to entertain people.
Entertain.
That's the only thing. Just to entertain people. Because if you entertain people, I can feel satisfying to myself when
Oh,
I
yeah?
see people happy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the same thing for us comedians. It's an
Yeah.
adrenaline rush.
Exactly.
Makes you feel great. I don't know how it happens or why it happens. It's like a drug and it's in your heart. And once you get it in there, you can't get rid of it and you're going to keep on going.
Yeah.
That's why when we're watching June entertain every night, the other comedians were in the back of the room. I'm
Mhm.
pointing to where we sit, cracking up laughing because his accent's kind of thick, kind of like mine. And you might not even understand the joke that he says because his accent's so thick, which makes the joke even funnier.
Yeah.
So you prefer to be in the entertainment portion of.
Yes.
You ever think about being the cruise director?
A lot of invitation for me before, and I have really I don't bother myself
No.
to step up. I love what I'm doing right now.
A cruise director probably has so much weight on their shoulders for so many
Yeah.
different events that are going on all at the same time. I mean, we're in the comedy club. Jhun is hilarious. I thank him for coming on my podcast. It's the first time I actually got to interview anybody who works on the ship. You got to pull them away from their job for a little while. It's not all that easy. As you can see, they're getting ready to clean the place and start the show that's going to start in about a half hour.
Yeah.
They won't get to see it, but you'll get to watch this podcast. But he left the Philippines, left the love of his life, who he's going to call tonight and say, "You won't believe this. I'm going to be on Live from My Mother's Basement with Mike Marino." And she's going to say, "What? What?" Does she speak English?
She do.
When you call her, do you speak English or do you?
Oh, no, in vernacular language.
Vernacular.
Yes.
Vernacular. Wow. How do you say, "Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, here's Mike Marino" in vernacular?
Maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. Welcome sa Ate Comedy Club. Og karon atong pagasugdan og palakpakan ng ato ang komedyante. Hinganlan na nga si Mike Marino gikan sa Amerika.
Oh, that is so fantastic, man. That's like you should have gotten paid for that. Wow. So your mother and father, you talk to them every day, every week?
They passed away already.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. You're so young.
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 42.
You're 42? Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucked up. I thought he was 25. Look at his skin, huh? What am I doing wrong?
Asians.
Asians. I'm glad he said it. Oh, okay. That's why you said they don't pay taxes anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. But you have two brothers.
Yes.
And there's the middle one and the one that's older.
Yes.
And now, are they married with kids?
Both of them are married. Both of them have kids.
And none of them work on the cruise ships?
No.
Does your wife come on the ship? Have you had her on?
Hopefully by November, we're both planning to go to Spectrum of the Seas.
Oh, you're going to move to the Spectrum.
We're cruising.
Wait a minute. Have
Like
I
a
heard of the
vacation.
Spectrum? There's a Spectrum?
Spectrum Navigator.
The Navigator?
Navigator, yeah.
They call it Spectrum? I'm going to be on Icon for a few more months, and then I'm going to the Star,
Yeah.
which I don't think is finished.
Yeah.
It's just a rowboat right now.
Yeah.
Are you going to the Star?
Hopefully, yes. Why not? Why not? If they give me that opportunity, why not?
Can't you have your wife come here whenever you want?
No, it's so expensive.
Is it?
Too expensive for us to pay our plane ticket from Philippines to United States. Very expensive.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. You better get an apartment in New Jersey.
I wish.
Come and stay with me. You know, I have always wanted to grab some of the ship entertainers and have them work with me on land. There's a comedian on this ship. His name is Simeon Kirklees, and he is hilarious, but he's never performed on land. He only performs on the ships.
On the ships.
And I think if he performed on land, he would kill because he's so funny.
He will nail it.
Yes. And if I do some bigger shows on land when I tour, I'm going to call Jhun and I'm going to say, "Hey, listen, you need to come and play with me. We're performing at Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
Have your wife fly in. We'll stay at the Waldorf Astoria. And you go up on stage and you tell everybody you're from South Philippines." Wouldn't that be great?
That would be hilarious. I will say yes.
Do you add yourself to social media? Do people follow you and stuff like that?
I have very few. I have only 5,000 followers for my Facebook. So my Facebook is Zin, Zin, and then Jhun. That's my name. Zin Jhun. That's my Facebook account.
Zin Jhun.
Yes.
I see you spell your name different.
Yes,
Jhun.
exactly.
What's Rey?
That's my dad's name.
Ray?
Yes, Ray.
Jhun Ray.
Ray.
And how do you say your last name?
Veloso.
Veloso. But I would think that's Spanish.
It's Portuguese.
Portuguese?
Portuguese, yeah.
So are you Portuguese?
My descendants. I mean my ascendants.
Ascendants.
Yes.
Is it ascendants? Descendants. Descendants.
My ancestors.
Is it? He's Aztec. That is
My
hilarious.
ancestors.
We both don't. My ancestors are
Yeah.
Italian. That's why I do what I do. All right, well, listen, we're going to get going because they're getting ready to set up this room, and we're going to do a show right here live in the attic on the icon of the seas. I want to thank my guests for coming down here and hanging out with us. This is the first time I've actually had a crew member. I don't want to say crew member. What would you be?
Staff.
Staff. No, I don't even like the word staff. Not the captain, not the second in command. You're a big shot here on the icon. So what would that be? He's the overall host, a comedy club supervisor. He's the supervisor. He's not a bartender. He's not a, what was it, horticulture?
Horticulturist.
He's not a horticulture. He don't put plants no more. He don't cook no more. None of that. Now he's the big shot. He gets to wear these suits. They give him these suits. Actually, where'd you get your suit, man? This guy's, every night he's got a brand new suit. You think he's like making millions here.
It's from home.
Is it?
I brought it from home. Yes.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So this is a Filipino tuxedo.
Tuxedos, yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
All right. So tell everybody, because I want them all to follow. You're going to get a lot of new fans now.
Oh, wow.
So tell everybody what your social media is.
Well, you can follow me on my Facebook account. It's ZIN space JHUN. It's Zin June. And you can find so many videos and pictures about me, my wife, my family, and my life through the Facebook social media.
Yeah, because and you can write to him. You can stay in touch with him. Just don't Skype him. We don't use Skype anymore.
Not anymore.
This guy is phenomenal. Listen, we got to get going. I want to thank my producer, Tatiana Bluchel, for always making sure we have a great guest come down the basement somewhere, somehow we find them. And I want to thank Jhun for coming down here and being part of this. Don't forget, you can watch us every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock right here live on my YouTube channel. Make America Italian Again was the name of a show, but now we're getting ready to do a new one called Live from My Mother's Basement. You can watch us on all streaming platforms and, of course, Italian American radio out of New York City. All right, we're going to get going. Remember, let's make America Italian again. You know the motto. You don't know nothing. You don't see nothing. You don't say nothing. And how do I end every single one of my podcasts by saying the same thing along with my guest?
All right.
Ready?
Ready?
Don't take no shit from. He forgot it. We're going to do it twice.
Okay.
We're good because we got to do it in Filipino. All right. So together we're going to say, don't take no shit from nobody. You ready?
Okay. Don't take no shit from nobody.
All right. How do you say that in Filipino? Or whatever you called your language again. What was it? You called it Venetian?
Vernacular?
Vernacular. Say it in vernacular.
Ayaw kong ilara sa uban-uban.
You heard him.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks, pal.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hey, folks, thanks for watching Live from My Mother's Basement. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you did, hit the word like and leave me a really cool comment. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the future episodes, and you can watch some of the funniest videos on the internet. You can also listen to the show on Spotify or your favorite podcast app.